We are live on Shaggy TV for the PDRL season finale here at Eldora. 100 laps. It is going to be a long one, so pop your popcorn, get your drinks. It's going to be a good show, and I'm not going to lie to you. Here in the beginning, I imagine it probably won't be super exciting. Drivers will want to take it easy, conserve those tires, and make sure they have something left here for the last 20-30 laps. That's when you're gonna see most guys pounce. And coming into tonight, I mean, Robbie Milburn maybe stands an outside chance if he gets the pole, and both Carters finish dead last, but it's looking like it's a two-dog race here coming into the season finale. Michael Carter currently in the points lead by 5 points over his son, Scrappy Doo, Braden Carter. He's at 590, so 5-point difference coming into tonight. Robbie Milburn sits there at 568, so let's do the math here real quick. 27, he's got 27, he's a 27-point dog. So not too sure if he can even do it. We don't have a bunch of cars here as of yet. 12 cars in the show, so like I say, it's looking like it's gonna come down to Michael Carter and Braden Carter. Braden right now in the pits, or else I'd pull him up. But Blackjack, he's just had some bad luck this year. He's been quick. He's been able to win this season, and I wouldn't be surprised. He's good at conserving. He may be here at the end of this one. And speaking of wins, Braden Carter 3 wins, Michael Carter 2, Scott Fritz 1, Justin Brown 1, and Jesse Newsom with 1 win as well. So a little over a minute and a half here left. Not too long. Drivers can still try to tweak some things, try to find some speed here and there. These are open setups, so you can work a little bit. Ooh, a little contact there. I believe that was Dustin Bohannon, in the 13. Just running high, trying to stay up out of the way, but just got a little scrape. As there, we do see Braden. He pulls out of into the pit box at least, so we can take a look at that 5 machine. Here he comes. Braden's got to make sure this thing's perfect tonight. He's got to make up 5 points on the dad, and what better place to do it than at the Big E? Really let it sing, and your chance to go after it. I mean, it's one thing to win a championship, but man, when you're at Eldora and you win one, it means that much more. So not rooting against Mike, but boy, you got to be rooting for the kid a little bit. And I'm sure if you were to ask Mike right now, I think he definitely wants to win, but he wouldn't mind seeing the kid actually have to earn it. He doesn't want to give it to him. He doesn't want something to happen to him tonight. Meaning himself. But if, he watches Braden come up there, drive around him, and he goes and earns it, I mean, that's what it's about. That's probably what he wants to see. That'd be a proud dad moment, I'd imagine, here. About to end this warm-up session, and we will go in to qualifying here, and we'll see who pulls out on the track first here. As the session does come to a close. And we take a look to see who's going to pull out on the track first. It's looking like it's going to be that 080 of Brian Gunderson. It is going to be, we're going to follow him here for his opening lap. He's just coming to the flag right now, so this is not counting, but now he's taking the green and first lap underway. 80G machine Looks good through 3 and 4. Not fighting the wheel too much. We'll have to see what it looks like to the rest of the field as he comes around. We'll have quick time, but for how long as 100 grand comes around? Purple. Joseph Grandy in the 518 takes quick time on the opening lap, and he's going to go in there, reset the car, cool off the tires, and come out for his third and final lap. Here as we watch Jaden Sheehan come around. He parks at P2 for now. Only 4 guys, though, putting in a time. Let's hop along the 747 Tyson Banks as he rolls down the backstretch here on his first qualifying attempt. Tyson Banks, always a front runner here, always up in the top 5. Let's see where he qualifies. P2, pretty close to 100 grand. As we follow Tret Bailey here. The 09 coming home P7 right now. Only 7 cars have qualified, so definitely looking for a big improvement here as we hop over Derek Husted. He comes across the line. He is going to improve. Going to come up to 5th as Tyson Banks steals the pole from Joseph Grandy. We saw that purple pop up on the bottom of the screen. Quickest through Sector 2 and the 747 sits it on the top step for now, but we still got Blackjack yet to qualify, and we still got the top 2 in points yet to qualify here. So Michael Carter, Braden Carter yet to set foot on this track. We haven't forgotten about him. Blackjack comes around. This lap's going to be a little slower here. You can see the yellow slower than his personal best. That as well. So probably just running that outside, trying to build up some speed here and going to come back at it. Let's pay attention. Purple through Sector 1. Quickest out of anybody. What can Blackjack do in the basement in 3 and 4? It's going to be close. P3 for Blackjack Justin Brown. Just couldn't keep up the momentum through turns 3 and 4. And now we hop up to the point leader, Michael Carter, in that 1-5. Michael Carter coming around here for his first lap. Let's see where it parks him. Michael's one of those guys. Yes, that's what I was just going to say. He's going to shut it down. He's going to go in there. He's going to cool off those tires and go back at it. Jeffrey Hyatt comes around for his third and final lap. P2 for, it's telling us 6. That looks like a 93 to me. But iRacing's got him as the 6, so we'll say for the 6. And Braden Carter comes around here. Currently P6. He'd like to improve. Slower through Sector 1. Quicker through Sector 2. Is going to improve overall a little bit, but still going to stay P6. Braden Carter, you see purple on the bottom of the screen. Derek Husted. Let's see here. Oh, is Derek maybe out here running some bonus laps? I am seeing it say that he's over 3, and I did not see that one move him up. And, I mean, he's definitely quick. He's found some time, but yeah, these laps aren't counting, so he's just out here testing, maybe, you know, just tweaking the setup a little bit because they weren't counting for our man in that 01 machine. As everyone has qualified here. Jeffrey Hyatt sitting still on the backstretch here. He is the only car out on the track, and well, with that, we'll wait around here. I'm not sure this evening in my message that I saw here. I don't know if we're going to have the normal, redraw like we did throughout the season. This one may just be straight up because of, it being 100 laps. Not too sure. But we'll find out together here, and as qualifying is over, we'll get set for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole, and then 747, Tyson Banks into his outside in the 518, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Inside of row number 2 in the 012, Dylan Woods into his outside, Big Papa, Michael Carter. Robbie Milburn in the 80 machine to the inside of row number 3, into his outside in the 080, Brian Gunderson. Rounding out the field in the 09, Tret Bailey. Tret in the 09 rounding out the field here. He's a new one to me. I don't believe we've had him run before, so nice to add a new name here and hopefully a regular come next season. As we go down the back stretch here, we should be getting ready to take the green flag here at the Big E. Eldora Speedway, the house that Earl built, one of the fastest tracks on iRacing here. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. The 747 leads us to the green flag. Michael Carter already making that thing dance on the top shelf here in that 15. He gets to the high side. He goes from 4th to 3rd here fairly quick. That lap's done. We got 5 more trips around. 100 grand reeling in the leader in the 747. Joseph Grandy loves ripping that lip, but right now so much grip to that middle bottom. You don't really want to venture to the outside just yet through 3 and 4. Too long of a way around as they're almost 3 wide in the middle of 1 and 2. Robbie Milburn gets up to 4th, able to get around Dylan Woods. Dylan struggling a little bit in that 0-1-2. Started 3rd, fell back to 5th. That yellow and black machine would really love to shake off the dust here and get rolling, but the battle for the lead here heats up as we come out of 4. 2 fingers in the air, 2 more trips around. We'll see the lines here coming through too, all fairly similar, you know, guys fighting for that same real estate, and Tyson Banks going to protect in the basement here as the white flag is out, final time around. If Joseph's got anything, he's got to get momentum here off of 2. He does have a decent run, but can he look low? No, the 747 shuts the door, and as we come out of 4, Tyson Banks wins heat race number 1, followed by Joseph Grandy, Michael Carter, and Robbie Milburn. Dylan Woods rounding out the top 5. Brian Gunderson and Tret Bailey round out the field. As we get ready for heat race number 2, the starting grid is going to look a little something like this. Possibly. Well, you guys see it, but my screen was not working here. Is starting on the pole, the 6 of Jeffrey Hyatt, into the outside, Blackjack Justin Brown. Ooh, it looks like Jeffrey a no call. We see the kid, Braden Carter, gets to move up, so that'll put Derek Husted on the inside of row number 2, Jaden Sheehan to his outside, and Dustin Bohannon rounding out the field. But Scrappy Doo here, he gets to move to the pole. No call for Jeffrey Hyatt. Not too sure what the story is with that, but only a 5-car field here now in heat race number 2, and you know, this is one of those things, we talked about it. Does it really matter where you start? No, not really. 100-lap feature. You got to save your stuff. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 2 underway. Braden Carter able to get right to that top shelf and seal it off. Here as Blackjack looks underneath. Just can't mount a charge off of 2, but he's going to send it in anyway into 3. Side by side in the middle of the corner, but Scrappy with that big run on the top shelf here. Blackjack just can't keep up. He tries to stick it down. He's giving him all he can handle right now. It's way closer than I thought it was going to be. Side by side off of 4. Give it to Scrappy. Battle behind. Jaden Sheehan dives to the inside, and Derek Husted up there on that top shelf. He tries to get a run, but man, they are still turning it on for the lead. Side by side, cross flags in the air halfway. Scrappy goes down there and protects, and they almost try to swap here. Blackjack tries to build a little momentum here, half a group above, and he looks down below through 3 and 4, 2 fingers in the air, 2 more trips around. Jaden Sheehan settled back down into 4th. He had to give up his run on the bottom as well, so, you know, common theme here. Really tough to make a pass right now in the heats as we come out of 4. White flag in the air 1 more time around. Blackjack gonna send it in there, see if he can't get lucky 1 more time. Drift up side by side. Scrappy shuts the door. Final time through 3 and 4. Braden Carter takes home heat race number 2, followed by Blackjack, Justin Brown, Derek Husted, Jaden Sheehan, Dustin Bohannon, and Jeffrey Hyatt never made the call here this evening. Scrappy able to get it done here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, keep it off. Whoa, look at it. Kept it off the wall. That's talent. That is talent. That is talent. Here is, you know the deal. I'm going to mute myself here. I'll see if I find those guys in a Discord and get the story if we're doing an invert. But stick around here. We'll give you the sights, not the sounds, and we'll be right back. All right, they should be rolling in here any minute, as they are going to do an invert here this evening. It'll be an invert of the top 6, and well, as soon as I get the help of some numbers, because man, it was Discord on a bad monitor. I guess it was grainy trying to screen cap that, so I'm going to use the help of the actual top 6 here. When I see those numbers, I do know Tyson Banks here. He's going to start on the pole. That one's pretty clear for me. And the other ones here got to work a little bit. But the checkered flag is waving here. You see cars are disappearing, and we're going to get set here for tonight's 100-lap feature season finale here. Who's going to walk out of here with the points? Well, let's find out here. Is Starting on the pole, Tyson Banks in the 747 into his outside. I believe it's Hunter Grand, Joseph Grandy. Inside of row number 2, Derek Husted into his outside. It's going to be Jaden Sheehan. Starting on the inside of row number 3, it's going to be Big Papa Michael Carter, and then to his outside, it's going to be Braden Carter. And then now from here on out, you know what? We're just going to have to do this by looking at him, because they had an EOL in there, so it moved people up. Getting well enough here, I can recognize these guys will be able to kind of do this on the fly, because you see Blackjack, he moves back. Yeah, so it's Tyson Banks, Joseph Grandy on the front row, Derek Husted to the inside, Jaden Sheehan to his outside. We got the Carters in row 3. Coming back to row 4, we got Robbie Milburn to the inside and Dustin Bohannon to his outside. Dylan Woods on the inside of row number 5, and to his outside in the 080, Brian Gunderson. Tret Bailey and Blackjack Justin Brown round out the field in row number 6 here. As we pace around one more time and get ready to go racing here at the Big E 100 laps. So go grab your snacks, get your drink. This is your time here, because when we get rolling, it may not stop here. Not a whole bunch of guys, you know, and they're gonna be patient. So we can see a lot of green flag runs here as we come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Let's go play in the clay at Eldora Speedway. 100 laps to get it done. Now, if you're Tyson Banks right now, this is where you can't go all out. You got to pace yourself, and it's not going to be easy. Braden Carter here, he's already getting a little aggressive here. Sends it in, and Jaden Sheehan, meanwhile, he's falling to the back. He finds himself on the outside right now. Dustin Bohannon to his inside is Joseph Grandy, just pacing himself right now in that 518. There's a long way to go here, but right now Braden getting a little antsy on the inside. Got to make sure he saves some stuff here. And, you know, we're going to have to try and find out when this thing's over. Try and get a live points update. I'd love to know who wins this thing. Remember, currently, his Pops is a 5-point advantage right behind him on the racetrack. Well, not right behind him figuratively, but position-wise right behind him. But back in the back, they were 3 wide. Robbie Milburn down there in the basement. He's just nursing that right rear. He's taking it easy. He knows you got to play the long game. Back towards the front. Braden's starting to settle down here. He likes where he was in 4th, and he's just down there on the bottom. Just chilling, just relaxing as we go on board with Scrappy Doo. So just sawing that wheel back to the right, not, you know, just fighting a little bit of a loose race car. That's just when he's getting back on the gas. He's just got to try to straighten it back out, but no harm, no foul. You know, this thing, you don't necessarily as well in a fixed setup race, in an open setup race, want to be fast right now, because boy, the track is really going to change. So you got to make sure you're ready for the final 20, not the first 80. That's going to be what matters here. Is 3 wide here in the back. Tret Bailey to the outside, Blackjack to the inside, and Jaden Sheehan was the meat in the sandwich. Blackjack falls back in line here. Justin Brown and Robbie Milburn just back here pacing themselves. They know long way to go. Front, Tyson Banks just ran his fastest lap of the race at 15.18. Just to put into perspective, 3/10 faster than anyone else right now. Let's show you the lap times. Let's see, does that entice people to, you know, want to go faster? As he turns the wick up even more, 15.16. You see Joseph Grandy drop down to a 15.2. When that one guy drops the hammer, he can bait you into it. And now, you know, man, it's such a cat and mouse game that we're watching. It's, you know, guys playing with each other, and it's really tough Man, that sounded bad. But it's really tough to know when to go, and you know when the guy in front of you here is pushing it too hard, and you know you just have to have that discipline and really slow down. But now Braden Carter, he fell back to 5th here, the 13 of Dustin Bohannon. On the move early, he is your hard charger, started 10th, up to 4th, the 13. Not holding back, he is going full send here every lap. His last time by, he was the quickest car on the racetrack. Now after getting in the wall there, not so quick, but still quicker than that guy in front of him, Derek Husted, as he looks to the outside of that 01 machine, and he has P3 at the line as we're on lap 16 of 100. Long way to go. As here comes your leader, Tyson Banks. We'll just sit here for a lap, just so we can see the space throughout the field. You see they are still racing pretty good in the back, and here comes our leader. So, you know, the guys in the back, yeah, you can save your stuff, but really for how long? Because, man, these guys might come and run you down. Here's, you know, running 15-second laps. You see Robbie Milburn 9 seconds behind. He's over half a track behind, and these guys keep up that pace, and we stay green flag. That type of pace is going to be really hard to, or that type of gap is going to be really hard to make up. And, you know, if they get a caution at the right time, put some guys a lap down, that may be what those guys up front are hoping for. Is Michael Carter starting to reel in his son here, and he feels some pressure from behind that 080, Brian Gunderson. They got Trent Bailey searching on the outside for a little room. He started 13th up to 8th. That 09 machine on the move. As we're a 5th of the way done on lap 22 now, as Tyson Banks takes the next lap. And it's just, you know, it's a little hard to believe. 9.7 seconds behind Robbie Milburn. And here comes Tyson Banks across the line to take lap 23. And phenomenal pace out of that 747 here early on. You see first, second, third. Now this is the big 4th. And then this is where, you know, guys kind of, we see a lot of guys, but Braden Carter and Michael Carter. Braden probably, you know, had to crack the whip on himself here, went hard too early. Now going super conservative, let the guys behind him run him down. And it's, you got to play. Like I say, lap 70, that's when you just, hey man, this is what I got left, it's time to go. But right now, it's all about showing discipline here early on. It's Brian Gunderson feeling the pressure. Dylan Woods in the 012. He's searching down in the basement. Dylan trying to be the first person here to make it work. I mean, I do think we will see the bottom come in. That's going to be later on old tires, but right now, not going away. Blackjack gets a big run off the top shelf and says, I can't let too many people by me here. The leader's coming. Robbie Milburn may be deciding the same thing, as he was able to get around Jaden Sheehan in the 5, and now he looks down low on Dylan Woods as there's contact in front of him. Justin Brown and Brian Gunderson get together. Justin sends it in. Gundy has to get on the brakes, and we're under caution for the first time here at the Big E. Lap 29, almost a third of the way through, and Tyson Banks, probably not what he wanted to see. As we go back, let's take a look. We pretty much caught it live here as we ride on board. Gets a slider, I mean, he sees it coming, gets in the brakes a little too late. And pretty hard after he gets into them. It just, you know, guys racing for the back here. That's what's going to happen. You saw how close Tyson Banks was to coming around. You didn't want to be put a lap down, and that's, you know, guys racing hard in the back. That's Sometimes unfortunate, but that's the way it plays out sometimes. And Tyson Banks here, he'll have to try to make sure these tires don't seal over and get ready to go back to work here. As the lights still are on the pace truck, so not going back green just yet at the Big E. We'll go around at least one more time. This is where, you'll see guys like Justin Brown, Robbie Milburn. It's not necessarily go time now, but you can't let yourself fall back like that. You at least have to semi pick up the pace. You can't be willing to give that big margin away like they did on the last run. And I imagine, based off their lines, what was happening, I would imagine they're going to have a little more grip than those guys out front, but only time will tell here as we roll through 3 and 4. The pace truck will pull off as the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Tyson Banks able to slot right up right away. Great restart for the 747. Hunter Grand able to stick with him through the middle of the corner, but they're 3 wide behind him. Dustin Bohannon in the middle. Michael Carter thinking about making it 4 wide up there, but can't carry momentum for now. But he does get around his son, Braden. And that bottom, you see that 5 machine trying to get up behind the 15, follow his old man by that 13. And right now, it looks like he's able to do just that. Here is coming out of 4. Does clear the 13. And, Michael Carter with a send on the inside here. Derek Houston not giving him much room, but they're racing hard here. Big send from the 1-5 as we're coming to lap 33. Now he's got a mirror full of the little guy here. Scrappy gets into the outside wall, and he's got to turn it down, let off the gas. Braden trying to find a way around his old man here as we're racing all over the track. 3 wide behind him, Dustin Bohannon. He was up towards the front earlier, was a big mover. I imagine he may have burnt some of that up. He is sinking like a rock in a pond, falling back through the field. 100 grand, able to maintain right now, not really reel into 747 as the Carters up to 3rd and 4th here. There you go to work here. Scrappy thinking about looking low coming down the backstretch, but just couldn't find a run. As they come across the line here, you see the battles throughout the pack. Kind of settling down up front. The actions here is the 0-1-2 of Dylan Woods on that top shelf. He moves up into the top 5 as he's able to get around Derek Houston. Remember, he was up front early on, Derek, and you've seen those guys maybe who pushed too early starting to sink a little bit. Is Blackjack in the middle there. 3 wide. Oh, they're 4 wide. Oh no, Blackjack slots up. I thought he was going to get to the side. 4 wide turns into 2 wide. Is there 3 wide? Now Jaden Sheehan slides up. Dylan Woods has to crack the throttle in the 0-1-2. There was nowhere for him to go. He ran out of room. Blackjack looks to get 3 guys here in a matter of 2 laps as he's working that bottom. Can he get around? Not now. Jaden too tough on the high side. 3 wide, Derek Houston in the middle, Robbie Milburn on the bottom, Dylan Woods up top as they just fan out. Now they go single file. Too tough for the bottom to really get too much of a run out of 4 right now. Robbie Milburn gets a little bit loose in front of Tret. Tret has to check up and just lets Robbie fall back in line. Let's go up. Let's see what's happening up here in P2. Joseph Grandy starting to reel in the 747 as we approach lap 42. 8 laps from halfway. Michael Carter and Braden Carter battling hard here. This, it's not 5 points per position, so Braden does need some help here, but trying to steal some points back, trying to get this championship here from Michael. And Michael, man, he won't go away. And Braden, he bounces back downstairs. These guys side by side. Do-si-do here, dance partners early at Eldora. Michael's letting it settle down for now. Gonna fall back in line, but for how long? How long is he willing to follow Braden? As Robbie Milburn gets a little sideways, he falls in the middle of the sandwich, and Dylan Woods not able to prevail on the bottom for now in that yellow machine. Eric Houston slightly taps the wall, but he gets a good run coming off the corner, and Derek trying to rebound here after being up front early. 100 grand. All over the back of the 747 is Joseph Grandy. Would love to win a race here this season. Yet to win in the PDRL Super Lates, and has been a fast car, but just, you know, the product of some bad luck every now and then is the 518. He knows, you know, you can't wait for luck to come for you. You got to go take it. The 518, he's going to work. He looks low through 1 and 2 as we're 2 laps away from halfway coming down the back stretch. Joseph trying to flirt with a different line in 3 and 4, but right now Tyson's where you want to be, right above that top rim here as we're on lap 49, coming to lap 50, and at the end of lap 50, we'll be halfway, 50 laps in the books. We've got 49 right now. 1 caution so far, these guys putting on a show. I'm going to go up to the start-finish line here as the leaders come across. We'll take a look at these gaps. You see the Carters back here racing. Michael able to get back in front of Braden. That's 3rd and 4th. Here comes the rest of the field, and we're going to sit here. Here comes those leaders. So you see these guys in their own realm right now. A lot of speed in that 747 and the 518, but we are halfway, so a lot of time left. You know, anything can happen, and you just gotta hope you didn't pop too early here. You know, you didn't mature too early. You didn't burn up those tires, because we got a long, long way to go at Eldora. Joseph trying to get back to him. Let's see if we can find any close battles back here on the track. Robbie and Derek here, probably the closest battle we have currently. This is for 7th if Robbie can get around Derek. He does going into 3, shuts the door. Derek's got to lift off, and he's got a slot in line. Michael trying to pull away from the little kid here, trying to pull away from Braden, but man, Braden won't go away here. Just sneaking around downstairs after Mike told him to go to sleep. He's finding grip down there, and you know, you're saving tires when you're down there. So Braden doing what he's got to do here early, and you know, maybe hoping for a late race caution as Joseph Grandy and Tyson Banks battling hard here. Joseph's got to get out of the throttle. He tightens up. He almost gets into the wall. Let's ride on board here with the 518 as he currently is in 2nd. You see your leader in the 747. Joseph Grandy trying to maintain as much momentum as he can coming off of 2. You hear him really make that throttle scream on entry here, trying to help rotate the car, trying to help carry momentum through the center. And Joseph Grandy side by side on the entrance of 1, but just can't find the momentum coming off of 2. Coming to lap 60 here, 41 laps to go. Wrong camera. As here is your battle for 3rd. Braden all over the back of the 15 again, but man, oh man, if those guys want to run down Joseph and Tyson, they got a 6-second gap. They got to work together. They can't really be battling each other. Braden gonna shoot downstairs here. We got a slide job for 3rd. Michael trying to counter back under. These guys having some fun. I guarantee you, Mike, big old smile on his face right now, throwing sliders with the little guy. He leaves him in lane. They're side by side at the line. Joseph starting to lose touch a little bit with Tyson. You gotta wonder if maybe overdid it. Maybe had a big send we missed, got in the wall. He's got to reel back in the 747. It's go ahead. Let's take a look at the lap times for the top 3. Caution is out. Caution is out. Trent Bailey in the 09 brings out the second caution of the evening here at Eldora. So he's already in the wall here. Let's see what happens. Looks to be all by himself here. Enters turn 1. Gets that right rear in the wall. Brings the right front up and just absolutely destroys that thing. And a caution needed as the leader's coming. And that may just be what the doctor ordered here for the Carters, is you chop this race up into thirds. We're going to have, a little over a third of the race left, and we got the field tightened back up. We'll have, what? We should have a 37 laps. You count the laps, so 37 laps here when we go back racing. That was a long green flag run, so if you don't mind, I'm going to mute myself for just a couple seconds. Grab a drink here quick. That was... Shaggy's not complaining, though. That was an amazing long green flag run. I just got to wet the whistle here, so we'll give you some track cams, and you get to enjoy my silence for a minute. Lights are off on the pace truck. We will be going green this time by as the pace truck dives off onto pit road. Tyson Banks is set to bring us back to the green flag here. Can anyone run down that 47? Well, the 5's going to try. Big send into turn 1. And Blackjack, look at him down there in the basement. 3 wide, 2 Carters up top. 5th to 3rd there in the opening lap. Braden gives him a little push here. He says, get going, Blackjack. Joseph Grandy, he's got to crack the throttle as he almost gets into the back of the 747 after he makes a mistake. Tyson Banks now, he's feeling the pressure. You got a lot of fast cars behind you and the field's tightened up. It's time to go if you're Tyson Banks. Justin Brown down there searching in the basement. He saw Scrappy make it work. He says, why can't I? I got a lot of grip left. We go down there and find it, 1 and 2, and you just got to want to float up off of 3 and 4. You got to carry that momentum, and now he's going to shoot back down into 1 and 2. Tyson Banks got back into the rhythm here, and he is smoothed out. He's set. He's rolling away from the field. Joseph Grandy doing his best to hold off Michael Carter and try to keep up with this 747 as here comes the 15. We saw it coming. Can he make it stick? No, he's got to lift out. He's got to crack the throttle. The 518 gets in the wall. They're side by side. Will we get one last ditch effort? Mike's going to send it up. Joseph's got to crack it down. And look at Scrappy behind him. Oh, man, we're battling. Who's going to walk away with this middle step of the podium? Michael Carter. Diamond's back down into the middle, and you got to think he just saved a little more, played the game. And now coming up on lap 70, the 15 finds his way up to P2. Blackjack trying to look back down, trying to find a way around Scrappy here. Scrappy getting held up a little bit by that 518. The 5 trying to set it in. He's got to get on the binders. He knew he was going to get into the side. They're side by side. He still made it work. He's got 3rd at the line. Going to run that middle groove. Hard for Joe to keep that thing steady now. Doesn't have a lot of right, rear, or left, you got to think. And Braden able to pounce, able to go on by, and we got a Banks, Carter, top 3 right now. Can Michael or Braden go down there and run down that 747? Man, oh man, the field's running out of time. See, starting to space out a little bit here now, but Michael, he ain't going nowhere. He is trying to play here at Eldora. He knows that lap ticker, man, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. 26 more trips around. So he's got to go. He's got to run him down. He's got, what is the gap here? 0.6 of a second. know what? Let's pull up the laps here. Let's see what it looks like. Michael currently faster than Tyson, but looky there, those last 2 laps. He's got green under him. The little man, Scrappy-Doo, he's got some speed here late. Braden's got some left in the tank. We've got 25 laps to go at Eldora. 3/4 of the way done. How much, does he have even a quarter left of those tires? You got to think Tyson Banks. He drove out front early. I mean, he just absolutely obliterated the rest of the field. 15.11 with that fastest lap. And the only other guy closest, Dustin Bohannon, of 15.15. He finds himself back in 10th, way back there. So Tyson, the fact that he's able to put in a lap time like that and still have some speed is impressive. But man, he's got a father and son duo creeping up behind him. He better drop the hammer. Man, in a line here. Michael with a big run. He's going to send it in on the 747. Tyson's got to go back low, and he's going to have it back at the line for now. And man, that was a perfect crisscross applesauce right there. Able to get back into that top lane going into 1 and 2. But Michael says, I don't care. I got enough momentum to do it again. Try it again. Now he's just hoping Braden can get to the inside, but Braden not close enough. And Tyson able to counter back down, but Michael's got him right where he wants him. And this might help the kid out. Oh, no. He let his dad slot in, but he almost made it 3 wide. Tyson trying to rip that top shelf side by side at the line. Give it to the 747. Michael gonna send it in. Tyson trying to counter back under. Who's gonna get it? Oh, Tyson slams the door shut. He's got the top shelf through 3 and 4 is the 1-5. Looks low. Who's gonna have it at the line? Give it to Tyson Banks. Michael Carter doing what he has to do here. Parking it back up there. Braden trying to get involved as well. Braden looks downstairs. He looks under his dad. And now Michael, he can't really complete that crossover like he'd want. Or yeah, he can. He says, get out of the way, kid. Throws it down in there, shuts the door, and he takes the lead. But they're side by side going down the backstretch. Tyson Banks driving back in deep. Carter trying to diamond off, and Mike's got it at the line for the first time. That's going to be the first lap led by that 1-5 machine with 16 to go. Tyson can't go away. He knows he doesn't have the grip that those guys have. He's got to make them work for it. He's got to send it in there. And Tyson Banks, he's got it at the line. Real close with the 747 able to edge him out. Michael able to throw, park it up on him at the end. That was a real slow slider. Tyson saw it coming. Michael just trying to race for that preferred line here as he diamonds back down. Tyson able to get it at the line. Seems like you want to throw that slider through 3 and 4. That's what's working. Braden tries to get down there. Woes up the 747 enough, and now he can't look low here as Michael Carter. Can he walk away? 13 to go as the 2 go to work behind him. Here comes Joseph Grandy, 100 grand, slowly reeling these guys in. Did he wait too late? He's coming. He's coming, but we've only got 12 laps to go as Michael Carter leads the way. Ripping that outside. Here comes 100 grand. He's creeping up into the picture. He wants to win, but he definitely wants a podium. Braden in the wall in front of him, and Braden, he sees his dad out front. He sees himself getting the wall, but now he sees the 747 getting the wall. Not able to capitalize those. He's got to crack the throttle and not able to make the move. And every lap that he's stuck behind this 747, you see the points championship slowly slip away. He's going to throw it in deep into 3 and 4, park it on the 747. But Tyson crosses back under, doing what he's got to do, and this is letting Joseph Grandy reel him in. Oh, 100 grand gets into the outside wall, and, well, now, he's got to put his head down and go back to work. Tyson Banks on the inside. He's giving up that top shelf to Scrappy-Doo. Scrappy going to drive it in deep into 1 and 2 here, looking to build a momentum, and he does. Able to take second easily from Tyson Banks, and Scrappy, he's got to get Scrappy here. 1.4 second gap to his old man. That's 2/10 a lap, and you got to pass him. What can he pull out of the bag here, or will we get a late race caution as we come out of 4, 6 laps to go? Oh, commentator curse. Caution out on the racetrack. The 747 of Tyson Banks was leading most of your race, and man, we've all been there. This is a long, long race, and you lead that whole thing. You start to get frustrated. You overdrive a little bit. And he just wanted to pull it down pit road. He was done. He knew he burned his stuff up, and that was it. And not able to hit pit road like you would have liked, and the caution comes out. But you know, that's nothing against him either. I mean, dude, we've all been that guy, and you know, he's just frustrated. Let one slip away here. Maybe got going a little too early, and so Grandy coming down pit road. Not too sure what happened to Joe. Let's see here. Joseph Grandy going home in that 518 machine. What happened to him? Was this thing damaged? This is when the caution comes out. So not too sure. We're gonna fast forward this here and see if something in particular happened here with the 518. Doesn't look like it. And I mean, Joseph Grandy starting to run towards the front. Up there in third. And another one calls it quits there here late. As the pace car pulls off, Michael Carter brings us to the green flag. We've got 5 laps at the Big E, and Braden, you got to throw the whole bag at him, man. You got to go take this one away, and you got to hope somebody else can get by him too, as that's your only chance to win this points. As we roll out of 4, Michael able to get a good run and slowly starting to try to sneak away from Braden. As we go down the backstretch, battle on for that final podium spot. Blackjack sending it in, trying to clear Jaden Sheehan, and he's trying to move on up here. We've got 3 to go as Robbie Milburn down in the basement. He's coming on late, trying to move on up into that top 5. He did for a second, but as we roll through 3 and 4, 2 fingers in the air, 2 more trips around for Michael Carter. Scrappy trying to do what he can do here, but not too much he can do. He's running out of time. Michael Carter rolls through 3 and 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Michael, he's been awesome this season. The most poles out of anyone, and now he may tie his son for wins here. As he comes out of 4, Michael Carter takes home the checkers at Eldora Speedway, followed by Braden Carter, Justin Brown, Derek Husted, and Jaden Sheehan rounding out the top 5. Robbie Milburn coming home 6th, Dustin Bohannon 7th, Tret Bailey 8th, Hunter Grand 9th, and Tyson Banks rounding out the top 10. As Michael Carter, maybe he may have Chad Canals as a spotter, may have had something illegal there, you know, he backed it into the wall to make sure, you know, and maybe he passes tech. That's obviously a joke, but big win here for Michael Carter, and able to stick it to the little man one more time here. But you got to think, how many more times can he do that? Braden, hot hand this year, and if not for you know, it's bad luck in some 2 races, man, he was phenomenal. But Michael, able to beat the kid and hold on. And, well, we're going to give these drivers a minute or two to catch their breath. So be patient here, and I'm going to try and bring Blackjack up for his interview here. As I'm sure these guys are tired. That's, a lot going on here. As we'll try and find some of these guys. It looks like they are already up here. They aren't messing around. So we'll go ahead and bring up our third place man here. Blackjack, long race, dude. How you feeling?
Feel good. I wish I wouldn't have. I think I used up too much tire early. Trying to get past some guys that were riding, but also trying to make sure I didn't get caught up by Tyson and them in case we went green flag the whole way. But it was good. I just wish I could have won it, but I mean, at least at the very least, I got enough points. Literally snuck away with third place in the point standings from Robbie by 1 point.
Oh,
So
man,
I'll
edged
take
him
it.
out. Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
barely. He ran out of gas like on the last corner of the last lap too.
oh,
Uh,
man, that's a
so
tough night.
I was really wondering if I was going to get it or not, or if he was going to be one spot high enough to still beat me or what. But I snuck away with 1 point ahead.
Well, you did what it takes here in the season finale. And, you talked about that a little, or you touched on it a little bit, but I want you to dig a little deep into it. Now, when you guys are running down in the back, because, I was following it, are you paying attention to how close Tyson's getting to you guys on those long green flag runs?
Yeah, well, so I wasn't worried about how close he got to me. It was more on the lines of how far away he got from me, so that if I did start turning it up, I wouldn't have enough time to catch him if we stayed green flag the whole way. But I wouldn't have had to worry about it either way because I think him and Joseph are running out of gas. Robbie was saving a good bit for a lot of that, almost as much as me, and he still ran out of gas at the very end. I had like half a gallon left. I know for sure that's why Tyson and Joseph left because they didn't have any gas anymore.
Okay, that makes
Because
sense.
it
I
was
was
running it
wondering.
very close.
Okay.
And the tire wear I wasn't too worried about. I think I got a little bit of damage when I got into Robbie, running the bottom of 1 and 2 on that restart. And it kind of loosened my car up a bunch. So I was kind of struggling around the top and overdriving it a good bit. But once I got that figured out, I was able to just kind of hang in there. Um, but Eldora races are really good now. Like I really think it's not a top dominant track all the time anymore. It's a lot more fun in my opinion.
No, yeah, especially in 3 and 4. I mean, that's one where, you can really put that slider line to show. And, I mean, you can even make it fast, when you're by
Which I
yourself.
mean,
And
last update I think they did with the late models, they've made it to where you can actually like run a lane below the top in 1 and 2. Like there's a slick line right at the wall, and then like there's a little bit of moisture just below that, and we could actually run right through there a good bit of that race. Even at the end, I think that's where Michael and them were running, and they weren't the top wasn't pulling away from that lane at all. I ran in the bottom too much on that restart and ended up losing that. I was hoping that would be there at the end. I just kind of used it up a little too much with me, Jaden, I think Robbie and stuff. But uh, all in all, it was a good race. I just wish I could have won it, but I mean, hey, I'll take it. Top three in points, literally first, second, third in the finishing of this race as well. So it was all
yeah,
good.
man. Yeah, top 3 in points, finish 1, 2, 3. But, hey, heck of a season for you here. Good run tonight, Blackjack. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
Big thanks to everybody at PDRL, Robbie, and everybody that puts this on. It's a fun thing to kind of come in here and have a big group of guys that race really well and not being a bunch of uh, people that really just take it too seriously, I guess. But it's a lot of fun to be able to just come in here every Thursday, just race, enjoy it, not have any drama, anything like that. It makes it a lot more fun, especially as the OL challenges for the top three every race. I think that makes a throws a big curveball. Not as big of a curveball for the Carters as I was hoping early in the season, but hey, it is what it is. If I can just come in next season and not have a bad start like I did this time, I think we can be in contention for a championship next year.
No, yeah, and realistically,
Um,
I believe it was Bristol, too, where, you're coming up through the field.
Lernerville and Bristol were my two kryptonites. Lernerville, I screwed myself running, trying to get to third or second or something like that, and I ended up sliding and killing somebody and had to go back and finish 13th. That was my big downside of this season. But Bristol didn't help much either. But uh, I can't complain though. First year on this series, it's pretty fun.
No, yeah, and I mean, having those dogs out in front of you, the Carters, I mean, they only make you bigger, make you stronger. They're trying to run them down, and I'm sure you learned a lot this season. And man, we've seen you develop a lot as a driver. So hell of a run here, man. Way to bring home third, and hopefully, I'm talking to you a lot next season, my man.
Oh yeah, hopefully so. But we'll see you next time, and hopefully it won't be too long before Robbie gets that up.
Alrighty, brother. Sounds good. And that's our third place finisher, Justin Brown. And now we're going to bring up the man who came oh so close, but Braden going to bring home second tonight and second in the championship. It's got to feel good, finishing second, but man, at the same time, it's got to be a little bittersweet here losing to the old man.
It's not as bad as you'd think, you know. I'm just happy that our team runs good. Um, Payouts both go to us. I believe he gets 150 and I get around 90ish. Just happy that one of us got the championship and we were to go 1-2 in it. It's pretty cool to see, and really just shows the strength of our team and the consistency we've had all year. Really proud of him, and had a great run myself. I had some nose damage in that race. That probably was a little bit of a factor. I know his tires are a little bit better than mine, but yeah, I still pretty close to him, and yeah, I had a good race. Everybody was clean. Good race to Justin. Good win to my dad. Definitely fun. Had a great season, and yeah, very consistent in my opinion.
Well, it's one of those things that, man, it's real hard to pull that leash back sometimes. And do you think maybe that little bit of tire difference? We saw you go pretty hard there around, lap 10 to about lap 20, trying to move yourself up a little bit. You think that affected you in the long run?
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I don't know if it was the setup. Not that it was bad. I was running the bottom for about 20 laps to save fuel. I literally ran out of fuel right after the race. But I know running the bottom that early with the moisture down there compared to running the top, middle-ish, saves tire a little bit better. My dad just did a better job at saving tire compared to me. But, we both saved tire pretty good, and that really capitalized on the 1-2 tonight.
No, man, and you said it. At the end of the day, bringing home the money, dude, that's what matters. Congratulations, man, on a great season and oh so close to that championship. But hey, man, maybe next season. Congratulations on the P2. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank CSC Motorsports, my dad, Michael Carter, Kel Smith. He's been able to make it lately. Good run to him for the few races he ran. Kyle Hardy, good luck to him at Charlotte this weekend. Kyle Hardy Racing. Midwest Workless LLC, Landon Smith, Randy Carter Paint, my granddad. Eternal Racing, Colby Yule. Twisted Designs, Ransom Woodward, and PDRL for a great season. And these broadcasts, man, I always watch them back. Love them.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that, Braden. I love watching you guys race. You put on a phenomenal show here once again. So good run, man. And hopefully I talk to you a lot more in the future, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And now we're going to bring up his pops, able to get it done here. Michael bringing home the W tonight and bringing home the points championship, man. How you feel?
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Run 1 and 2 and race the whole race. Race it out with Braden. It's always fun racing with that kid. He does really well. But yeah, man, it feels good. I knew we had a pretty good chance at locking up the 1-2 spot tonight coming in, and it was just a factor of me and him having to battle it out. And I think I saved a little bit more tire than him, and that's what ultimately gave me the win there.
Yeah, and I mean, that's where, maybe, hey, the age comes into play a little bit. You got a little bit of discipline. And I watched you guys, there, I mean, what, for like 10 or 15 laps, you guys, throwing each other back and forth. But it just seemed like, you finally were like, all right, go ahead. And then you slotted in line, and just let it settle down. And man, when you started to run down Tyson, you were able to get around Braden. And dude, you and Tyson, I mean, how much fun was that? You had to know he didn't have a lot of right rear left, man, and he was just throwing everything at you he had.
Oh yeah, it was awesome racing with Tyson. Appreciate him running me clean. Yeah, I knew when that restart, him and Joseph, they was running pretty hard the whole race. And when that restart, I could tell when they went in the corner, just coming off, they didn't have much tire left because it was, especially Joseph, he was really lighting the tires up, trying to pedal coming off. But yeah, them sliders we was throwing, it was a little hectic there, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. And like I said, I appreciate him running me clean.
Well, hey, man, not only was clean, we got some fireworks out of that. That was a hell of a show. I mean, able to dominate here, bring home the W. And, Braden brought up the point here. Top 2 pays, you able to bring home the money. So congratulations to you and Braden, man. Heck of a season. I love calling races for you guys. You guys are class acts and you put on a hell of a show. So great season, my man. Big win. Who you want to thank?
First of all, good job to Justin on the third place, and very proud of my kiddo Braden for running second and all the wins he had this year. It was really fun racing him for the championship. I got to thank you here at Shaggy TV, PDRL, Robbie and Derek for putting on this show every week. Randy Carter Painting, my dad, CSC Motorsports, Cale Smith, Braden Carter, Kyle Hardy Racing. Good luck to him at Charlotte this weekend. Midwest Forklifts. I guess he done changed it to Twisted Designs. It was Pit Lizard Graphics. Yeah, and everybody else watching, my mom, any of my friends, my dad. Really appreciate y'all tuning in.
Hey, man. Well, great run. Congratulations once again. And don't spend that money all at once. And don't let Braden take it from you either.
Have a
And that's Michael Carter, man, your winner. Able to take it here this evening, and we're watching him putt around. Let's see, he does. I think he gives us some donuts here. We knew Braden was excited. He gets some donuts. Goes down there, gives him a little congratulatory rub. It's the end of the season. They got a lot of time to work the dents out. And the Carters have some fun here coming to the checkers, and I had some fun up here in the booth this evening. Actually, all year, man, for the Pro Dirt Racing League Super Late Models. This has been phenomenal. I hope they have me back here. No word on, when the next season is or whatever's going on, but hopefully, if they do come back, I'll be bringing it to you here on Shaggy TV. Awesome night of racing here, and I hope you enjoyed it. Going to be signing off, but once again, thanks for a big thank you from everyone at the PDRL for tuning in here and tuning in all season. Michael Carter brings home the championship. Braden Carter P2 and Blackjack Justin Brown P3. We're signing off this evening on Shaggy TV. Have a good evening.